And as we've just heard from John Legend, music is an invaluable part of a complete education. Studies show that children who play an instrument outperform those who don't in all areas, and that advantage only increases with age. Yet as budget cuts force public schools to eliminate non-academic programs, quality music education has become a rarity. But a national nonprofit, Little Kids Rock, is working to change all of that. And here with me is David Wish, founder and executive director of Little Kids Rock, Jade Adams, Ignacio Arredondo, both students of the program, and Carmine Appice, renowned drummer and proponent of Little Kids Rock. This is such an amazing organization. David, tell me how you started this.
Thanks. I was working as a first grade school teacher in a school that had no music program, a low-income community like so many others across the country that had lost its music program, and I'm also a musician, so I decided to take matters into my own hands and start giving free lessons to the students at my school. And one thing led to another. I opened class after class after class, and I was having a difficult time taking on all of the students that wanted to be in music class because I was a first grade school teacher. So I started, what I found was there was an incredible resource at my school and at schools all around the country. Teachers, other teachers who really care about children. So Little Kids Rock is essentially a nonprofit that is teacher-led, teacher-conceived, public school teachers not waiting for the budget cuts to be reversed, actually proactively putting music programs back in their schools. So what started as a volunteer effort at one school with one school teacher has turned into a national nonprofit that has over 1,400 teachers that have served over 200,000 students in 24 cities.
Fantastic. But given these tough economic times, you can see and sort of sympathize with schools too as far as budget cuts. But there really is an impact on students when they cut these music programs. Can you give us some examples?
Absolutely. I think that the most valuable resource that we have as a culture is the creativity of our children. That is the resource that's going to solve all of the problems that we big people have created for them. And so when you take away those tools, for children to find their creative voices, you're actually winnowing down what their ability to deal with the problems of the world, because it's that incredible American creativity that makes America still one of the idea powerhouses of the free world. And there's a lot of emphasis today on STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, as well there should be. A clever person said that when you put the arts in there, it becomes STEAM. And I like that because, you know, those subjects without creativity just create bean counters.
It uses more muscles of the mind. But
Absolutely.
We want to show our viewers a little bit about this program, Little Kids Rock. Take a look.
In a nutshell, Little Kids Rock is a national nonprofit organization that donates free instruments and resources and curriculum to low-income public schools that have either cut their music programs due to budget cuts or need a revitalization of their music program. Little Kids Rock is serving 85,000 plus kids in 25 cities in the most impoverished school districts across the United States. And it's really important for these kids to know, and the teachers as well, that they're part of a much larger network, a revolution almost, of changing the way that music education is taught and making sure that it's taught that way in school. First off, it's important for kids to excel in something. When it comes to music, the way that Little Kids Rock teaches it, we teach chords, we don't teach notation. So we teach kids to play it before they learn how to read and write it. So when a kid plays an A chord on the first day that they hold a guitar in their hands, it's something special because they're already able to play a song along with the teacher. And when they go home that first day and they're like, "Mom, Dad, I played a song today," it's instant gratification. And it's a tremendous confidence boost because they're already succeeding and they're getting patted on the back for it. Little Kids Rock can buy a guitar, put it into a classroom, and over the course of a day, that guitar will reach 3 children. And over the course of a year, it's going to give these children the lifelong gift of music education. And once you give music to a child, you can't take it away. It's in their heart, it's in their soul, and it's going to benefit them for the rest of their lives.
And I'm so impressed with the 2 students we have here as well. And Ignacio, you play 6 instruments. Tell us how Little Kids Rock first impacted your life.
Little Kids Rock first impacted my life when I was around 8th grade at the age of 14. It has changed tremendously of who I am before, who I am now. Because before, like, I wasn't much of a kid that would go to school and focus on things. But since I was encouraged by my friends that were in Little Kids Rock. So as I grow up, I start to develop skills of guitar and I start to learn things. And it was really impressive and it impacted me a lot. Like I help and I teach other kids and it's just changed me a lot.
It's motivated you for sure. You're now a junior in high school.
Yes,
You're
I am.
growing up quickly. But explain to our viewers that it's not just about those who want to pursue a career in music. It really impacts your life no matter what you want to do going forward, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How so?
It just changes, you know. It feels really great who I am right now. Like I never thought I would be here. Like I always imagine, I ask myself, what would I do like 3 years or 4 years from now? And here I am.
It gives you
speaking to
confidence. It
gives
gives
me
you confidence. And not to be outdone, Jade, you're 14 years old. You play 4 instruments, but you still have a few years to counter him. And you're also hearing impaired.
Yes.
Tell us how that's affected your life and how Little Kids Rock has enabled you to embrace your music.
Well, my hearing loss had made me, socially awkward, really shy, and kind of put me in a little cave. But with music, I was able to find myself. I was able to express myself, with sound. Because, my hearing always comes to contradiction with my music. But my hearing loss forced me to work harder, to really want to perfect what I'm doing. And with Little Kids Rock, one of the lessons that I've learned is that the harder you work, the greater you succeed. And that goes for not just with music, but even with education.
And how has this impacted your family, your friends? What do they say about the young woman you've become?
Most of my friends who knew me from back when I was in the 5th grade, they never knew that I had like this spark or fire in me. So when I came out suddenly with this music and whatnot, they're like, Jade, we had no idea, like this is who you are. So it feels good. It's a change that they see. It's a change that they recognize.
I can imagine something they're very proud of. You also sing as well, and we have a bit of video to show you at your best. Let's take a look.
It's time I grow up and stand like a light, not a light that is dim, but a light that is bright. It's time to change, be right and rearrange. No more shame, my heart I must tame. I've changed, I've changed, I've changed.
And Carmine, I see your face light up when you hear Jade singing. You're a famous drummer. You've been in this industry for a long time. You've been associated with Little Kids Rock for about 7 years now. Tell us what separates this organization from others.
Well, for me, the first time I did something for them was in the Bronx. We went to a school, and and we walked in there, and the kids' faces just lit up, and Dave was with me, and then we do like a question and answer thing, and they'd say, have you ever been to London? Or have you ever been to Los Angeles, And it was just such simple questions, but to them it was like so important, you know? And at that same session, I went back a couple of times and actually not only watched them play, I jammed with them. We did a video of Led Zeppelin's Rock and Roll that, we had like, I don't know, 5 or 6 kids singing the lead and 3 guitar players, and it was just amazing. I was throwing sticks up and I was watching their face like, just so excited. And we even tried to write songs, and they'd say, I would say, well, all right, let's write a song. Who has a chord change? And somebody raise their hand, they give me a chord change. And I say, okay, now we need a lyric. So what'd you do this morning? So I got up and I walked to school. Okay, that's the first line, and we wrote a song, and it was so, to me, it was so exciting to see these kids lighting up. And I've been teaching and doing clinics and stuff all my life, and I just love, to pass the thing on.
And
what he's doing in school is amazing.
Yeah, and if we haven't already proven to parents and teachers at home why this is such an important organization, what do you have to add to suggest that it's not just fun these kids are having, but it's something that's actually helping mold who they're going to be as adults?
with me, you know, I try to add the enthusiasm. I try to add, you know, just like a model, you know, so that people can look up to me and go, wow, maybe I might want to do that, you know. Even if they don't want to do that, like she was saying, you know, it's a great educational tool because the more you, you know, playing an instrument is like the more you practice, the better you're going to get.
Yeah.
You know, and you're going to practice and practice every day. You're going to get better. When you see yourself get better, you get more confidence and you get, you know, more fulfilled.
No matter what you decide to do ultimately.
No matter what you do in life, it's part of a growing thing, you know, where, you know, you got to have confidence in yourself. If you don't have confidence in yourself, you'll stay in a shell and you'll never do anything.
And you couldn't ask for two better role models right here to look
Yeah.
at, right? Well, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much. This has been such a great conversation, and keep it up. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Good luck to all of you. And let's hear from some friends of Little Kids Rock and Music Education.
Music was what made me go to school. You could be rich and famous, but who cares if you can't catch your money?
One teacher in particular that definitely made a difference in my life, her name was Miss Treat. You know, for her, it was about making sure that we were confident, making sure that we had fun in our classroom. That's what it was about. The most happiest woman on the face of the planet. And she made sure that we knew that we were worth something, and that was what was important.
My mum's my biggest kind of teacher and supporter and goer. But when I did go to music school, the teachers there were amazing.
I had a teacher, Mr. Johnston, who came up to me. We were doing some talent show or something, and afterwards he came up to me and said, you know, you could do whatever you want to do, and I fully believe that. And I remember thinking, like, he just basically said that I could do anything. Like, how amazing is that? And it's fun to be here and living out my dream and to think back on that statement and what a cool thing that was for him to do.
I had a college professor that influenced me to go on and become a professional musician. He saw something in me early on and really encouraged me to use my gifts and take myself to Nashville and follow my dreams. And I never will forget that encouragement and him pushing me along toward my dream. And I wouldn't be where I am today without him.
Music transforms children's lives.
Sadly, due to school budget cuts, too many kids will return to silent classrooms this year.
A nonprofit called Little Kids Rock is reversing that trend
by putting music back where it belongs, in the classrooms.
Every child deserves the right to rock.
Visit littlekidsrock.org.
Join me.
Join me. Join us.
Join me.
Join me.
Join me in supporting their important work.
If you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Call the number on your screen or go to the website below to find out how to get involved and engage to become an American Graduate Champion. There are more amazing organizations to come on American Graduate Day. Please stay tuned for your local break.